I am Arya Vachhani, born and brought up in Surat, Gujarat. Currently studying in grade 11 Fountain School. Speak to Lead, where words nurture society. A project I want to get out a hidden speaker from every child. And these young activists, they are the future of our generation. So when their young minds are heard and their voices are heard to the audience, to the global platform, we can see a great change coming up in the society. Ever since I was a child, I loved giving speeches in front of an illusion student, and I would also love playing the so-called game called Teacher Teacher with the illusion children. But this project helped me bring that illusion into reality. So throughout this project, I went to many different unprivileged schools where I took sessions on public speaking, social taboo stigma topics like women empowerment, menstruation, all these topics, and within children of audience over 400 people. And after I was done with the session, I asked them to shoot their videos on a specific topic about almost 5 minutes, and then I uploaded it on a YouTube channel so that it also awares the people who are not, within my content and can reach a global audience. So right now, if we see these children who are in poverty, they go to government schools which give them free education. So if we go to these schools, they just learn from the books. When they go for the interview part, they just fail in it because they do not have those confidence and soft skills. But I want them to learn these soft skills, these vocation skills, which can really help them in the future life, which can help them get a proper employment, a proper job, which brings them out of their generation of poverty and gives their future generation a way and scope of earning money. So my vision is to bring changes in the current education system, teach these children soft skills, and with that help, I really want to bring change in the society. I think I would like to create my own organization where I want to move forward from these 3 different schools and go to every unprivileged school in the city and different states. So I would create an organization which helps me planning these events and reaching out to all the schools and creating it on a global platform on a bigger scale in different parts. My project helps in reimagine education in 3 different ways. Firstly, with the education which I get from an IB school, I pass it on that skills of soft skills and speaking skills to the children. Those children, when I shoot their videos and put it on a global platform, I'm awareing the people who are not nearby me and awareing people on a very global platform, people sitting in different parts of the world. They get to know about the global issues we are facing around. And thirdly, I had gathered some funds for these workshops. But the funds which are left over, using that I distributed books and resources to these unprivileged schools. So towards this vision, I would say majorly for the school leaders and the students itself. I would say students were the main interaction for me. Without them, I wouldn't be able to bring change in the society. If these children, they weren't attentive to my session, they wouldn't take what I was telling them, it would be worthless, my project would be zero. So I would say these children were the people who really made my change successful enough. And also I had to talk to different leaders of the schools to seek their permission to do the event. So it also helped me boost my confidence and communication skills. So these were the major interactions I had during the whole project. So when I work, I say communication is obviously the main objective of my session, but I would say even compassion is an important value, because when I went to different schools, I had to adapt to their schools. There were different rules for them, the people were different, their age group was different, the language to talk with was different. So I had to adapt to every school, to their surroundings, and be one of them so that there is a connection between the speaker and the audience. I have developed as a knowledgeable learner, as a reflective learner, and a principled learner. So if I talk about knowledgeable, I used my existing knowledge to create a speech, to create and organize and manage a whole event with 400 students in it, to go in different schools and have a conversation with these children. Also reflective, while I work on the project, I had to examine my own skills, my own weakness, and work on them so that I am a perfect speaker in front of them. So that was a reflective learner. And talking about principal learner, I spoke what my heart said. So I also prepared a 2-hour speech, but then on between I had improvisations in it. So worked on all the parts. I really wanted to share them from my real life experience. It was not a fictional or a philosophical speech which I gave them. So it was these 3 things actually boosted my confidence to continue as a lifelong learner in the process. I have reached to almost 400 different students from 3 schools. So even when I started talking about these topics, public speaking, they were like, this is not so important in real life, because I asked them, what does speaking mean to you? And they were completely focused on what does speaking means in their English sessions, their grammar sort of thing. But then I did the same thing. I always asked them the same question before the session and after the session, so I can know what changes they have in their mind. So whenever I took sessions on menstrual things, they were a little bit shy in the very start. They weren't sharing things about themselves. But when I started sharing my experience, they could feel that I was comfortable enough, and even they can be. So after that thing, they were comfortable enough to talk to someone else even outside school. So they said that whenever we met next time, they were like, "How are you?" They talked to me like a friend, and I could see that this is what changes have between us, even in personal life and even during the sessions. I could see that they were more responsive to all my questions. They were answering it without any, without any lack of confidence. This project would be incomplete without the 4 pillars of my life, I would say. First is obviously my mentor, Utsav sir. He has been the event planner, the idea giver. Whenever I had an idea, he was up for it. He would make modifications as per the requirements. And whenever he thought that some more part has to be added, he would give his own ideas. He would see the technical part of the event because he's the event coordinator of our school. So he would help me manage all the part. Second is my mother. She is my moral support, my mental support. She's the one who gives me confidence every time to speak in front of a huge audience. And my script is unique because of her, because sometimes she gives me ideas from real life, from my past, from my childhood, which I can put it in so that it makes a little bit more connective. Third is my father. He's my driving force. Whenever if I had to make 10 trips to different schools, he would take me there on time and he would help me set up things there. So I say he is the one who actually brought implementation of this project in real life. And lastly is the school. My school who has supported me, and also different schools. Without their support, without their permission, I wouldn't be able to make my project. So I would say these 4 stakeholders really made my project successful. I would say education is the single most important key to have a better future, have a prosperous life. And education is just like life. It starts when you have birth, and it actually never ends before you die. Till the very last day, you learn new things from people around you. And while it is being enjoyable, it broadens up your horizon to the knowledge which is necessary to understand how your surroundings work, how people around you work, what are your perspectives on every single thing, every small detail you see in the life. Your holistic development is the only thing I would say. Why do we have only engineering and doctor as the opportunities for children? There are millions of opportunities, millions of career in which people can succeed. Business management, economics, psychology from grade 11 and 12. Because if a child is given that opportunity or platform from grade 11, they can make great successes in the future life. And this road learning won't work after college. We need great critical life skills, communication skills, which are a part after college and helps you in real life. So with the book theory, a little bit importance should also be given to extracurricular activities and these holistic development skills. And even the national education policy, which was updated in 2020, it was updated almost after 34 years. So I do not get the context. Education policy is something which you should update every year, because every year there are thousands of changes as per the students. So if I see in this school, in an IB school, I am taught the importance of English, I am taught the importance of these soft skills, communication, being principled. So with that current knowledge, I have also seen people and also seen children who are not privileged enough. I have even seen my own friends who go in a good conventional school, but they have great knowledge, but they can't speak out in front of even a mere 10 people. Due to my skills and due to the school learning, I am very privileged enough to know these skills, and I wanted that passion to bring change in the society. So I brought that passion into action. Students should be leaders because they know what is going around. Education, if we talk about teachers, their role is just to teach us. But students, we understand how is it going to help us in our future. It is us who is suffering from all the problems of the education system, the lack of the education system. We want to bring changes. It is us who is the most relevant person because we are the main stakeholders of that particular issue. So our perspectives are the real life situations, and it is not something made in clouds. It is not something which is philosophically guessed out that shayad aisa ho raha hai. It's just something which we are actually facing in real life. So parents, educators, students and the government, all 4 of them need to work together to bring a change in the policy, but they can keep some sessions or some slots extra in school curriculum which is specifically for holistic development. So even when educators and parents appeal to government for changing these things, when a huge group of people together, when they go for a policy change, the government will have to do it because that's what the citizens want.